What's up, you guys? It's your girl, the one and only Ash Brown, and this is Ash Brown Uncensored. On this program, I talk a little bit about everything. It may be pop culture related, but it's probably Ash Brown related. So you got to stay tuned to see what I'm going to talk about. What am I going to talk about? Okay, so today we're going to talk about, you see the title, how I had to end a 30-year friendship overnight. Literally overnight. And I won't say that it was any one single thing that solidified it and that was it, but it was just like a culmination of multiple things. And because of that, I just can't have that energy. Like, as I've gotten older and mature, and I just don't put up with the stuff that I used to put up with. Like, it's just goes without saying. I'm just like, I'm not dealing with it. Why? Because I don't have to. So I had this friend that she's honestly one of the first people that I met when we moved to Georgia. All right. So this is like literally 30 plus years of friendship. And we lost touch in high school sometime. And, Facebook is always connecting people back together. I always look at things sideways now because I'm like, are you trying to come back in my life for the right reasons? So we reconnected, and almost immediately I could tell that this person was lost. And when I say lost, like, they're very worldly. They don't have any kind of conviction about themselves. They have no goals. They have nothing that's really holding them solid to the ground. They're just floating up in the abyss, right? And she had no self-esteem, like none, like zero, which is crazy because I'm the opposite. I have self-esteem. I know my worth. And as life would go on, and we would be connected and we would do stuff together and hang out and do all these things, there was always a disconnect with us that I ignored because, oh my gosh, this is someone I knew from the time I was 6. Yes, I'm giving my age. This is someone that I knew since I was 6. I'm just going to let it go because, we've got all these years together. Oh my gosh, she's one of the closest people to me. I'm just going to ignore all of this foolishness. So I ignored the foolishness. But as time went on, it started to become undeniable. And this person hasn't worked in over a decade. Not because, she just can't find work. Not looking for work. It's almost as if she's given up on being an adult, which is crazy, right? She's given up on being an adult, and she's decided that she just, and there's nothing wrong with moving back in with your parents. I had to do it a couple of times, okay? Sometimes you got to reset. But she seems hell-bent on not being an adult and relying solely on her family. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I know several people that have had to do the same. It is what it is. A lot of the problem came into play with us was politics. I don't talk about politics on my platform just because it's just not what I want to do. It makes me uncomfortable. It makes everyone uncomfortable. Politics is just, it is what it is. So this particular friend would always bring up politics. And it just irked me every time. And I would tell her, look, I don't want to talk about this. And then, she would say, oh yeah, absolutely. But really, didn't I just say I didn't want to talk about it? So the final straw, I would say, was this past week. I got a promotion at work. Woo woo. And I had gotten a message, and I was like, oh, she sent me a message? Okay, cool. And I'm not even going to go into the details of it. It was just completely and totally inappropriate. It was racist. It was disgusting. It was a disgusting display. And I remember just sitting back and looking at my phone like, I don't believe that she just sent this to me. Why would she send this? Why? What was the purpose behind sending this? Are you drawing the line in the sand? Like, you send me a message like that, a photograph, and there's no context behind it. You're not putting your own personal words. You're not trying to guide me to where your mind is as you're sending something like this to a person of color. And I just simply sent back to her. I was like, why did you send this to me? In the world of disinformation, fake news, why would you send this to your friend of over 30-something years? There was such hate. There was such negativity. There was such just disdain for marginalized people. I couldn't believe it, but at the same token, another voice in my head said, why don't you believe it? Why? Why don't you believe it? She's been showing you signs of this for years. You've excused it. You have swept it under the rug. You've pretended that it wasn't happening. It happened. It's real. This is her. So after I sent her those messages, she started to backpedal and this is what you were supposed to take from it and blah, blah, blah. We're in the age of misinformation. I would say a good 75% of what is circulating throughout social media is fake. Something that someone put through Photoshop and wants to create hysteria, wants to create issues, wants to create a divide. There's already a divide here. There is already a divide here. So I don't understand why you would continue to spread misinformation. And after that, I was like, I don't even care. I don't even care what else she has to say. I don't. So I blocked her on everything. Block, 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 block. I am the blocking queen. Because once I block you, you don't exist in my universe. That is it. I've blocked you. I don't care what you have to say. I don't care your viewpoints. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see you. I don't want to communicate with you. I want you to have a great life. Whatever it is that you choose to do, I want you to do it. Do it enthusiastically. But people like her are usually not going to get anywhere. They're usually not. And it's sad because she has a lot of potential. She does. She just doesn't believe that she has potential. She doesn't believe it. So, yeah. 30 years of friendship down the drain. And you want to play victim. You want to play victim. It is what it is. And as I get to the point of I don't care anymore, I don't care. That's it. I wish you well. And that is just what it is. You know, I'm at the stage in life where I don't have the mental capacity to deal with people and things and their misogyny and their discriminatory comments, their idea of fun, their idea of humorous. It doesn't sit well with me because my mind doesn't work that way at all. So that's my little 2 cents there. But 30 years of friendship, it's done. It's a wrap. You know how many times I've defended this person and tried to make other people see them as normal, and I've excused the behavior. I'm over it now. I'm done with it. And they try to appeal to my emotions and stuff. She knew my mom. And she knew my mom didn't play that. And I just feel like sometimes you have to understand that everyone is not meant to go with you. Wherever you're going on in your life, whatever you have going on in the next chapters, some people have to exit. Some people have to exit in order for you to elevate. And that's just where we are. That is just where we are at. But I love you guys. Hopefully you took something from this. I don't like to get too heavy and stuff, but this really had my spirit kind of stirred this weekend as things unfolded. But I got my answer and no looking back. So appreciate you guys. Have a great, wonderful rest of your week ahead. Have a prosperous and just really peaceful and productive week. And I will holler at y'all later. Deuces.